Hello everyone, welcome to my debut edition of hopefully a new show that I don't decide to cancel within 2 weeks. It's going to be called Gamers Delight, 10 minutes every single week sometime, if I feel like it. And on this debut edition, I'm going to talk about the release of the PS4. What a great way to kick off a new show. And this is going to be it. Basically, for anyone who did not see the press conference Sony put out in New York City at the Hammerstein Ballroom, home of ECW, my favorite wrestling promotion. Basically, in a nutshell, they gave us a little bit more insight, a little more detail on, excuse me, the PlayStation 4. And what they showed us was a game that someone at Sony was working on called, I believe it was called Crank. I could be wrong, spelled the K. And, frankly, I'm not big on in terms of CEOs of Sony. I just want my games. But, basically, they showed us the game along with a new DualShock controller for the PS4. Frankly, it has a motion sensor. The thing looks badass. Although, I'm not quite sure if I spotted it, and I watched about half of the press conference. I had to go, so my TV shows were on. But, basically, it looked like it also had a speaker grill on the front, and it looked pretty much like the normal, well, I really shouldn't say it looked like it, because it didn't. The triggers were a little bit different, too. It seemed a little bit wider, so it kind of fixed, in a way, some of the problems that the DualShock 3 had with the PS3. So hopefully this time around a lot of those problems aren't only addressed but also fixed and fixed properly. I mean, there have been faulty controllers too, so let's not get our hopes up quite yet. But that's enough about the controller. The specs alone will kill you on it. I'm going to bring those up real quick. This is kind of a spur of the moment thing, I'm going to be honest, in terms of actually doing this show. Okay, where is it? Review. Now I'm getting all my news from the IGN app on my iPhone here. Don't you like the back of my case? It's a Game Boy. Yeah, I'm a true nerd. Basically, as I keep scrolling down and skimming through it real quick. Oh, some of the, I guess, quote-unquote launch titles as I try to find it. Knack, that was the name of it. Knack. You have Killzone Shadows Fall, Drive Club, Infamous Second Son, The Witness, Deep Down, Watch Dogs, Destiny, Diablo 3, which is long anticipated, and Media Molecule. I didn't see any of Media Molecule, and of course the article doesn't have any of the technical specs. So what the hell, I'm just going to wing it. Basically, the power of a PS4 is going to be pretty much triple of a PS3 now, which is hard to believe. But my favorite thing about the PS4, I think, for me, is the share feature, in the sense that there's a share button on the controller where you can upload on YouTube your own clip of gameplay footage. So you're playing Call of Duty, and you have an unbelievable kill streak going on, and you're just kicking ass left and right. You want to share it? All you gotta do is just trim it out, put it right up on YouTube, and there you go. That's all there is to it, which is very convenient for people like me, because I don't really use it. I have an actual netbook. It's very crappy. Really want to update it. That's another story. Basically, for people like me who don't really have, say, a computer, all you gotta do is just upload it and you're good. So I'll probably be doing that. I might make this whole channel a wrestling and video game mashup, so to speak. So I might throw some wrestling videos in. Follow me on Twitter. My link will be in the description. Twitter.com/NIFederico for gaming and wrestling stuff, my own opinion, my own little spin, so to speak. But the controller is unique enough, and I dabbled a little bit with the graphics, and like I said, I don't have the specs in front of me, so I can't really answer much about it. But I will say this much though, from what I have seen, graphic-wise, and the games that were shown, I was really blown away. I think that the PS4 is going to do a great job in delivering those graphics, and plus they have the streaming service now, and I think there's a lot to be happy for if you're a PS4 gamer. And I think that the Vita is really going to help carry it and help blossom the PS4. It already started with the PS3, but the problem is that the PS3, I don't want to say it's old, but it came out in 2006, and from a hardware standpoint, there's not too much Sony can really do. So to have crossplay was, I don't want to say amazing that they had it, but it was very risk-taking from a Sony standpoint, because the problem is, and Sony knows the market, not a whole lot of people in the United States really have a Vita. I had one, but I had to sell it. And I'll probably get one again, it's just a matter of when. Frankly, now that PS4 is announced, I might just turn my attention, I should say, to a PS4. But, so, I think the Vita is going to be the lifeblood of the PS4. It's just delivering. I mean, you had a strong lineup of games for PS4 when it came out. You had Assassin's Creed, excuse me, you had Uncharted, you had Madden, and then you had newer games too, like Reality Fighters, for example, a game that, well, for me personally, I didn't think I would care for, but the fact that it was all AR related, I think really helped, and I think that was really the first step in Sony's launch towards the PS4, was the whole augmented reality, motion censoring, and a whole bunch of different, traits that gamers haven't really experimented with a whole lot lately, really, until the Wii came out, and then Kinect came out, and all these other services. And I think with PS4, it seemed like, from the press conference standpoint, they wanted to really stress the fact that they are dedicated to games, because when PS3 hit, it was so much of an entertainment hub, because Sony has that market too. You could stream Netflix. I mean, you can with the Wii and the 360, but they had NFL Season Pass, NHL Season Pass, YouTube, and Facebook, and like a million apps, which is great. But the problem was, to me, it seemed it was so much more distracting than what it really should have been. And the fact that Sony wants to say, hey, we still have that stuff, but now we really want to hit the gaming market more. To me, that speaks a lot of wonders. It really does, because it shows that I think they kind of learned from that mistake in a way. I think they kind of saw the overall direction that the PS3 was going, and not that they hated it, but they realized that there was a lot to improve on as opposed to dwell on. They kind of did the same thing with the Vita, but Vita just, they kind of lost that momentum, I think. They kind of lost that edge that really brought them to the dance, so to speak. And with the press conference, it kind of showed that it was like, oh, okay, you have all those entertainment stuff, fine, but now they really want to emphasize on the games. And they went to the developers and they said, hey, what would you do if we could stream these games and have the processor and have the CPU and the GPU chips all stretch beyond belief? What would you do with that? For developers, it's like, oh my god, what can we do with that? So they really hit that stride in terms of gaming. And not just that, but what about the fact that when you want to shut off your PS4, but you don't really want to shut it off, that feeling of, great, if I shut it off, I'm going to have to go through all those menus again, I don't want to do that, it's going to take forever to load. I'm with that with my PS3, and it doesn't even take that long. But the fact that now you can essentially just have it go to sleep, so to speak, and then press power and you're back to where you were, great, no more waiting. So there's so much positive that came out of the PS3, the PlayStation, I should say, meeting in New York City, that the only main negative I could really think of, three main ones: they didn't show the PS4, they didn't announce a price point, and they didn't announce the actual release date. So I don't know, it's going to be tough, and I think that Sony needs to understand that they can't overprice it like they did with the PS3, and how they had to keep dropping the price down. Gamers are smart enough, so who knows? It seems like there's a lot of good, but there is some bad that might want to hold you back. So Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.